Hey YouTube, Donnie here. Welcome back. When you were a kid starting collecting baseball cards, when you got the Beckett baseball card monthly in the mail every month, did you flip through there and look for cards that you never had but always wanted? Just dream over cards that you couldn't afford or that you thought you couldn't afford? I know I sure did. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So I recently got a few old copies of the Beckett baseball card monthly. From when I was a kid. I started collecting in 1985, and so this first one is from August 1985, shortly after I started collecting. You see Reggie Jackson there on the cover. It's pretty interesting flipping through this from so long ago. The whole magazine's only 42 pages, and pretty much after the inside covers, it gets right into the price guide. It has cards from 48 Bowman on up through the current year cards, so the 1985s. I marked a few here that I'm going to go back and talk to in a minute. But anyway, they have the low and high column for the stars and notable players, and then, you know, rough price guides for the leader cards and other cards that aren't listed explicitly in the price guide. And then after you get through the price guide portion, there's a couple of advertisements, and then the show calendar, some letters written in by readers of the magazine, article on Dizzy Dean, and then the rookie card index, and then some more letters from readers, and then that's about it. And the back cover there. So it's just interesting flipping through these old magazines. I got a couple more here. First one is from July of '86, and it's Mickey Mantle. I haven't flipped through this one much yet, but I'll do that maybe in an upcoming video. And then also September of '86, Pete Rose on the cover. And I remember having all these as when I was a kid growing up. I had a subscription, and I bought them from the, you know, the magazine store, corner store, whatever, before I had the subscription. But I wanted to get a few of these from my childhood days because I had thrown all these away several years ago. Didn't keep them, but I wanted them to do some of these videos, kind of looking back on cards that I thought I would never have when I was a kid. And so that's what this video is all about. So let's get into that right now. So first up is a card that pretty much everyone was chasing after in the mid-'80s. I never actually had this card when I was a kid. I had some of the other big Chase rookie cards, the Canseco and some others, but I never had this one. And so I don't know, several years ago at a card show, I went ahead and bought it just because it's something that's pretty iconic from the '80s baseball card collecting scene, and I think it's an important card to have if you're a collector and you're interested in any of the '80s sets. And that's a Don Mattingly rookie card here in '84 Topps. So I picked up an ungraded one. Maybe someday I'll buy a graded one, but I'm perfectly happy with the ungraded copies. There's the back of the card. I can't remember how much I paid for this. Not very much. Maybe 20 bucks, something like that. But listen to what the prices from the August '85 Beckett are for the Don Mattingly rookie card. So the low value is $2.75 and the high value is $4. So this was the big chase card back then, somewhere between $2 and $4 value. All the kids wanted a Don Mattingly rookie card, and all of us thought we would never ever be able to have it if we didn't find it opening packs. So there you go. There's the first one. And next up is a card that whenever the new Beckett monthly came out, we would always go and check this card. One of the first probably 5 cards we would check the values on. Everyone wanted to have this card, just like the Mattingly. but this one was even more out of reach, it seemed, because it's a little bit earlier in the 80s. And of course, this player was playing in the late 80s while we were watching baseball and stuff on TV, and so we were front and center with all of his accolades and stuff. And that's the Rickey Henderson rookie card, 1980 Topps. So there's the copy I have. It's a SGC 7.5. Pretty nice example there. Decent centering. And then there's the back. I think I paid like $115 for this, maybe something like that. But the prices in August of 1985 for the Rickey Henderson rookie card was low of $6 and high of $8. And next up is the first card from the 70s. And I would say this was probably one of the top 2 or 3 cards all the kids that I knew who collected would check on every month. This was, again, he was, had solidified his career at this point in the mid 80s. He was a star, surefire Hall of Famer, and pretty much everyone wanted the George Brett rookie card, but we all thought it was way out of reach. We'd never be able to afford a George Brett rookie card. From August of 1985. The Beckett price guide has George Brett rookie cards listed as low of 15 and high of 21. So this particular one that I have, I bought raw at Nashville Card Show a couple years ago. Paid $85 for it. They had a couple of others at the dealer I bought it from, but this was the best looking one. And the best looking one for under $100 throughout the whole show that day. So I bought this and subsequently sent it in for grading to PSA, and it came back a PSA 5. So perfectly happy with that. Fills in a hole in my set for 1975 Topps that I'm working on, as well as hole in the Hall of Famer collection. Looks great. It was affordable. But again, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, I thought I would never, ever be able to own George Brett rookie card. So there you have it. And next up is sticking in the 1970s, but a little bit earlier. Again, this player was, surefire Hall of Famer when we started collecting in 1985. We would check on this rookie card every time the Beckett came out. Probably wasn't in the top 3 or 4 that we would check, but we'd always check it. Mostly because it's a multiplayer card, so it wasn't as appealing as some of the single player cards like I've been showing so far. But here we have the 1973 Topps Mike Schmidt rookie card. This one I picked up at a flea market. Found it in a value box that was marked 50% off. It had a $5 price tag on it, so I got it for $2.50. And that story was featured on Midlife Sports with Greg a few months ago, and I've done a short on it. So if you guys want to go watch that, feel free. But yeah, I picked this up for $2.50. Wasn't quite sure if it was authentic or not, because I do know that this card has been counterfeited some. But I asked some of the longtime collectors on Net54 what they thought. They thought it was good, so I submitted in with the order that had the George Brett there in it, and it came back a PSA 5. So for $2.50 and grading fees, I have about a couple $100 Mike Schmidt rookie card. So kind of pure luck on my part, just finding it in the value bin at that flea market. Was amazed that someone hadn't snatched that up. But nevertheless, I was the one who got it, and now I have that Schmidt rookie card, which I never thought I would have as a kid. Forgot to say that Mike Schmidt rookie card in the Beckett of August 1985 has a low value of $58 and a high value of $76. So that one was clearly, seemingly out of reach, being a 10, 11, 12-year-old collecting baseball cards in the 80s. You know, that would have been saving up quite a bit to go get that card at that time. But I'm glad I have it now, and it kind of fulfills that longing that I had as a kid, wanting to have some of these iconic cards. So I've got one more left here, and it is the 1962 Topps Lou Brock rookie card. And this one probably wasn't on the top 5 or 10 that we would check every month, but I ended up getting Lou Brock's autograph, the first autograph card that I ever had, at a card show in Memphis, and ended up, you know, he was great to me when I was a kid, talked to me as I was getting the autograph and stuff, interacted with me. Super nice guy. My dad took me to that card show, and that same card show is where he bought me a stack of 100 1965 Topps cards that kind of started me set building vintage sets. But since I have that autographed 1978 Lou Brock, I started then, you know, looking at other Lou Brock cards, and of course his rookie card always came up. So I always wanted that, and not until like a year or so ago did I finally spring for it. And I found this one again at a Nashville card show. I think I paid $110 for it. I think the dealer had marked it $130 and offered $110. He accepted. So obviously ungraded right now. I may get it graded at some point, don't know, or maybe just leave it ungraded since I prefer ungraded cards. But the Lou Brock from August of 1985 in the Beckett had a low value of $24 and a high value of $32. So it's a little bit more affordable than the Mike Schmidt rookie card, obviously, but still something I thought I would never ever own. And there you have it. So some of the other cards that we would look up every time a new Beckett Baseball Card Monthly came out were the Nolan Ryan rookie card 1968 Topps. That one for sure. That was probably the first one that we always went to. And probably the next one was the 75 George Brett rookie card. We'd also look at the 52 Topps Mantle, obviously. The Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Mickey Mantle rookie cards were big ones we would look at. Look for the Koufax and the Clemente rookie cards from 1955 Topps as well. There's a few others there. Reggie Jackson's rookie card in 69 Topps. Johnny Bench's rookie card in 68 Topps. So those are some that I don't have yet, but hopefully in the coming years I'll be able to pick those up and come back and do another video just like this, showing what the prices were like when I started collecting and why I thought I would never have those cards, and just do some patience, pick them up and fill in those holes in my collection. So that does it for this video. If you guys had similar cards that when you started collecting you had always wanted but you never thought you would be able to afford or acquire, put those in the comments and we can start a discussion on those. If you have picked up some of those and closed those gaps in your collection, post that as well. I'm really interested in seeing and hearing about how the community has kind of went back to their starting points in their collecting days as a kid, and how they've filled in those wants that they had as a kid but thought they would never be able to fill in. So I know that, you know, here almost 40 years later, I've been able to go back and start filling in those holes, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm super excited to have these cards you see in front of you, and hope to fill in more of those gaps in the coming years. So again, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.